Hi, happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome. I am Meredith. I am here with our message for the 10th of June, 2025. As you can see, we've had yet another very healthy shuffle out of the tarot cards, tuning into the energy atmosphere of the day and all that's on offer to us and how we might interact with it. We have what is the name of this deck? Sanctus Concordia Tarot deck on the table for us today. Sun in Gemini, Moon in Sagittarius, Pluto in retrograde. First set of 3 cards. What's happening here? Whoa, Nelly, we're starting out with the 9 of Swords. Everybody get out of your head. Get into your heart. This is the anxiety card. This is the one that keeps us awake or doesn't allow us to find our zen. We're overthinking something. And let's see what it's connected to. Knight of Pentacles, details. And the Queen of Pentacles. Minor Arcana version of the Empress, folks. So this could be anxiety or concern of some sort on details around changes you're making in the now, which is something we've been talking a lot about lately. The cards have been bringing our attention to making change to support and maintain all that you're manifesting for. And so it bears repeating that if you want to do something different or you want different circumstances, you have to make a difference. And that 9 of Swords may be connected to you making a difference. So where you have had your very overprotective ego kind of enforcing the comfort zone, and you're required right now to take a step over that line out of the comfort zone to make a very detailed change that adds great benefit to your life. It is a leap of faith. And how often have we seen the Fool recently? How often have we been talking about taking a leap of faith? I mean, we've been taking down towers. We've been putting our faith in our vision. So what's different now? Somehow, somewhere, perhaps, for each and every one of you, the stakes have become a little more obvious to you. But what is also obvious is how you cannot live with the way things were now that you've begun to make a change, which is just developmental theory. So we make a leap forward and then we regress a little. And I speak in general terms. We don't all do this, though there is a tendency toward it. And then once we realize, as we do a little bit of regressing, we realize we're just not comfortable there, period, at all anymore. So we can only move forward or onward or deeper into our ripple effect, however you wish to perceive that. And that's what I feel is happening here. There may be some what ifs on that 9 of Swords. And there may be some really tentative energy about next steps. But then I feel we all get over ourselves and take the next step. So let's keep going, folks. Yeah, look at that. Wheel of Fortune. We're not going to have any other option but to take a step. The Wheel of Fortune is going to move. It's an integral part of moving heaven and earth on our behalf. And our participation is required. And we're going to notice that, and we're going to give whatever we need to give to our vision. And then we have Page of Wands. Yes, we're in new territory. We're novices in some respect to this aspect of the cycle of creation because we're much more deliberate and intentional, and nothing feels like a happy accident. We all have a sense of self-responsibility here, and this is where that 9 of Swords, we may find we're looking outside ourselves and there's nothing to be found, gleaned, or garnered there. Every step at this point has to be taken by you, for you. Let's see what's right in the center of the reading. 2 of Cups, how perfect. You need to meet yourself. Exactly where you want to be. You have to cultivate the energy. This is showing up in the way you desire to be met. And if you desire to be met by your vision and the changes that are required to maintain that vision. You're it. Tag, you're it. There is no other person who can bring you across a line of accomplishment with yourself other than you. So show up. 2 2s together. Look at that. And a powerful 2 at that in the 2 of Wands. We're stepping across a threshold into a whole new world of opportunity and abundance and magic and the miraculous, because we've been embracing our magic. We've been talking about that here on the channel too. You know, saying to the universe, show me the magic and show me my magic. And furthermore, show me the magic I didn't even know I possessed. Surprise and delight me. And that's what's happening here. Hence the 9 of Swords with a little bit of tentative energy there. It's okay. Coax yourself out, reassure yourself, look in the mirror. Gird your loins, folks. You're jumping in. And then we have, yeah, you're definitely jumping in. There's the King of Wands, divine masculine energy moving again. We're seeing a lot of wands. And if you watch other tarot readers, and probably you do, you have a few favorites out there on YouTube. And I guarantee you they're all turning over a healthy amount of wands right now. That's what I've been witnessing. I mentioned it yesterday. It continues. So we're in our creativity, our passion, we're fired up, we have the desire to take great leaps of faith. I think we have a healthy amount of skepticism and wonder at the same time, though the ego wants to grab hold of the skepticism. It's the wonder that's going to win out though, which is excellent. Let's see what's next. We're taking action creatively here. Another 2 of Swords. We have 3 2s in the reading. Things are going to happen in pairs, most likely. And, you know, 2s are about decision making, really. This or that. And don't feel like you have to choose necessarily between any one thing. You may have to choose one thing now and another later. So 2 of Swords, this is listening to our inner being, our inner wisdom, our soulful presence. And it's shutting out noise, which is probably the noise coming off that 9 of Swords. Getting quiet, grounded, centered, in heart-mind coherence as we tune into ourselves, to meet ourselves, 2 of Cups, as we step across a threshold dynamically, full of this, you know, minor arcana Empress energy in the Queen of Pentacles, full of an eye for detail, and a spirit of adventure, I feel, is being called out of us. Ooh, there it is, 3 of Swords. That is exactly why that 9 of Swords is showing up. You know, I had a conversation with someone recently on this card, the 3 of Swords, and I really do sense it's such a great card of gratitude and appreciation. And as they were conversing with me on this topic, they simply said, thank you, and held out their hands as if the swords were being laid in their hands. And that's really the message of this card, because it's pain, loss, and sorrow of the past. Ace of Swords to the power of 3. That's brilliant clarity and everlasting strength. And we have a heart on fire here. And certainly we do. And it's lit by all these wands and the movement of the Wheel of Fortune for our highest and greatest outcome, which is excellent. So we've kind of given ourselves pause with this 9 of Swords to have appreciation and reverence for our 3 of Swords, because we're going past a prior limit. Hence the trepidation that we're sensing here, where the ego could rise. Though the King of Wands, I feel, is going to squash that egoic rising as this new adventure turns. Feels like a soap opera. What was it? As the world turns. As the Wheel of Fortune turns, and we look with fresh eyes, new eyes, at perhaps an old situation, and we see a way that we did not see before, because we have so much more maturity and spiritual development, which is excellent. So embrace your 3 of Swords with gratitude, because seriously, these are the fires that have shaped you into the being you are right now, that has given you the consideration to even desire to take a great leap of faith in a direction where you may have been detoured before. Yeah. All right. And then we, oh, look at this, Justice. How perfect a card. You know, really, if you were going to take a temperature of the energy atmosphere, this would be great because you have harmony here in these scales of justice. And I feel that we are following our true north. And we were doing that at another time, and there was some kind of interruption, and it caused a Three of Swords style life experience that was very memorable. And now that we find ourselves on this precipice where we once were, we also discover simultaneously that we're far more prepared to take the next leap of faith than we were when this Three of Swords struck before. Okay? And this Three of Swords actually probably spared us from something far more challenging than anything we experienced as we came through it the first time. So there's going to be some repetition or an alignment of experiences, events that are familiar to you from another time where you got detoured or paused. There's a little anxiety around that, and it's quickly settled. And we embrace our Three of Swords, and we bring harmony to ourselves by stepping through the gateway that's offered here in the Two of Wands while we meet ourselves in our divine feminine, divine masculine energies and take charge passionately in a whole new realm of life experience. Ooh, nice. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. How's the universe helping us out behind the scenes? The Chariot. Swift moving energy, number 7 out of the major arcana. Heaven touches earth on the 7s. 3 is the number of heaven, 4 is the number of earth. And this is a very swift moving energy. It's decisive too. There's no hesitation on this card. So I feel like that 9 of Swords is a blip on the radar as we remember fondly. Emphasis on fondly. The challenge 3 of Swords brought us previously in the harmonization that we ultimately created for ourselves as a result. So these are skills and talents we can be using in a new way now. Trust yourself. We'll probably see the trust card come out of Angel Answers today when we shuffle. And now we have the Empress herself, the Mother of Tarot, all 4 queens rolled into one. You have the experience, the dream, the vision, the idea has been within you the whole time and never left you. It's maybe been living quietly in your heart space, and now it's ready for movement and manifestation. So go for it, folks, and go for it swiftly. Don't hesitate. Ace of Pentacles. Excellent. The card of great love. I know you all think it's the Two of Cups and the Lovers, and even the Ace of Cups, which is fabulous. However, great love, great, steady, grounded, centered love comes from the Ace of Pentacles. And this is a card of great abundance and opportunity. Nice. Now the Queen of Cups. How beautiful is that? Almost backing up our beautiful Two of Swords over here. Listen to your intuition and be in your heart space. The King and the Queen of Cups really command that space. So bring your heart-mind coherence to bear on everything that you're up to in the now. And listen, of course, to your intuition. And then we have Strength card coming back just like yesterday. Here it is again. You know what that's all about. This is about you being loyal and courageous to your vision, your dream, your manifestation, most especially to your self-relationship. And as I described on this card yesterday, this lion is representative of what lies beneath the surface of you. So bring this to the now and make the magic happen. All right, Angel Answers, a fresh message, answers to your potential questions, put them to the deck. Confirmation of our reading here. First card, flipping over. No need to worry. You gotta love to see that card, right? Especially when you start your reading as a first card with a 9 of Swords. Don't worry. It's a wasted energy anyway. So if you find yourself there, lovingly validate that you temporarily feel worried. Ask yourself why, and then address that lovingly, no judgment. And then make a good, firm I am statement. No need to worry. Let go. There's no room for the ego to be a control freak here. Within the next few weeks, a sense of timing, perhaps an answer to a question you put to this deck. Though, my feeling on these timing cards out of Angel Answers, it lets you know that this is a phase, you know, a number of days, maybe even weeks. Next. Oh, I have 2 cards. Yes. And not the right time. You know, this feels connected a little bit to that 3 of Swords. As I mentioned earlier in the reading, at some point your dream and your vision was very inspiring and you took action and then you got detoured or paused. It wasn't the right time. Other things had to happen and develop. And now is the right time. So over the next few weeks, I feel we're all going to get a glimpse of that. If you've got questions like, what was I doing? Why did I spend so much energy here or there? And to have it turn out for naught. Well, there is no wasted energy ever. And perhaps a review is required. Maybe let Pluto give you some retrograde help in seeing the whys and the wherefores for experiences. And, you know, get more information out of it for yourself. Meditation brings answers. Here it is, people. Bottom of the deck, we have helpful people, and then we have the trust card. It is showing up. I'm taking them out. You are your own helpful person. Trust yourself. Lean in. It's all up to you. You got this. Angel Answers. How is our soulful presence informing our waking consciousness? We have Broken Arrow. Embrace the energy of peace. Be at peace and be at ease with yourself. Trust your process, trust your situation. And then falling out of the deck is Guardian Angel. You are not alone. You're never alone. Your guides, your angels, your ancestors, they're all with you. Have the best, most blessed Tuesday ever. Peace, love, joy. Namaste.